And welcome in, Jims and Jimettes, to another exciting edition of No Substitute for Sports. I'm your host, Nick Johnston. Well, this is episode number 34 on the docket. And yes, Thursday night officially marks the start of the NFL season. Game watching and fantasy football sweating out, and officially ends doing, well, literally anything else on a Sunday. So I'll be honest, we deserve this. We really, truly deserve this. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to No Substitute for Sports on the Degenerates Network YouTube page. If you're just stumbling upon us, hit that subscribe button, but only after you hit the like button. Maybe share us around, tell your friends, tell your dog. I said that one last week. Tell your cat this time.
Tell
Probably not going to
everyone.
give as much attention, but, as soon as you tell you, leave it on. You'll just be glad that you left the room, so that'll be nice. You can follow us on Twitter at Degenerates, of course, and every Friday, 1 p.m. Central, I go live on twitch.tv/SportsTownShy for No Substitute for Sports Live, cleaning up anything we don't get to here, possibly any breaking news, and anything everywhere else. Either way, check us out anywhere and everywhere. Thank you again. Mwah, we love you. Plenty to talk about today. We're 24 hours away from the start of the season, more or less, by the time this gets posted. So we're just talking major football here today. We got the Des Nuts League Fantasy Football Preview Week 1. We got our tier list for all 32 teams. I got my arts and crafts right here. And we're going to be wrapping up our division previews for the AFC North. I gave my reactions Friday to Chris Getz being hired as the new GM of the White Sox. So I maybe just pass this one over to Mike, get his thoughts on this one. Finally, a stellar series of AEW shows in Chicago this past week, capped off with All Out. We recap everything and review everything from that pay-per-view, so we'll be doing that here. All that, tons more in between, but before we get underway, let me introduce to you my friend and co-host, the founder and CEO of FatCat_Streams, and that's with a Z. Mikey J. Fatcat, how you doing tonight? Bye-bye.
I'm great, man. It's doing wonderful. It's very hot out today. Nice out. I'm ready to
Make
get
sure you
this
drink
going.
water.
Water. Drink water.
Otherwise, you get stung by me. Oh, man. It's enjoyable. I know we're going to be keeping this one tight today. I know you got a draft coming up or a 7-hour time, so a little bit out of the way. I drafted just last night. Maybe off camera, I'll show you exactly what I did for my brother. Pretty nice team. Just saying. Number 1 projection point wise. So again,
Wow.
we're looking in week 1. We're looking pretty good. And it's a standard league with 4-point touchdowns, Mike. I feel like we're back in middle school. I can't believe it.
Wow.
That was a tough one to draft on a curve with that one, but I'll show you my team afterward.
Yeah, I
I
would
know
love
you
to
got.
see it.
How's it? What's yours? Is it a PPR one tonight? Full
Uh,
PPR.
it is. Yeah, it's a 12-man in my work league, so I won last year. Looking to cook them up again. So
That's always a good game plan. Like I said, I got the same thing. I'm managing my brother's team, but this is my team, and I've won 2 years in a row for my brother for his cop league.
let's
Maybe it's the
go.
cops. Maybe I got to go into a fireman's league and get some actual competition. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on over there. Our boys are at least they're serving and protecting. That's all I can ever help for. Oh,
They're
ask
not
for.
They can't be focused on
They
the
can't be
fantasy,
completely
man.
focused on free agents. I know they gotta be doing everything right. They gotta be pulling everybody
Yeah,
over.
your brother's got the advantage, haven't you? Cooking
It
it up
helps.
for him.
It definitely helps. It was like I said, we had the 6th spot. Austin Eckler fell to me. Ooh, I
Wow.
love it. Even in standard, Austin Eckler is still a dog. Love it. Like I said, I'll talk with you a little bit later about that when your stuff is getting ready. We got some juicy stuff to get to today. I kind of buried the lead within my introduction, but it is what it is. Everyone's been talking about it. Everybody already knows it's going to be in the title. CM Punk getting fired by AEW, getting released by AEW, whatever it may be. What was coming up already? We had already talked about the run in between Jack Perry and CM Punk for sure. Oh man, but this one was brutal. Obviously, thought we were another big homecoming. Thought we were going to see CM Punk basically all week long, but was not the case. The suspension and it comes down, and finally the firing. At least, and of all things, on a Saturday night, 2 hours before Collision was about to go live, essentially, if I'm not mistaken, about a couple hours, maybe even 3. But for all it's worth, Tony Khan came out to the people, said exactly what was on the broadcast. I just wanted to start off with your thoughts because I've been able to talk about this at least a couple times today and actually get a nice somewhat idea and grasp it of as to how I actually feel about this whole thing. But you took a head start last week. You ranted about it. You didn't know what was going to happen, but did you think firing of all things from the suspension? What was your overall take from this, Mikey?
All right, yeah, I'm just going off the cuff here again, off the noggin on CM Punk, all feelings. I mean,
All fits, no flips. Oh, that's like that. I love that one sign. Sorry to cut you off.
no, you're fine. Uh, well, CM Punk, he came back to an AEW on my birthday. It was one of the best. It was at the United Center. We all knew he was coming back. They sold out the United Center. It was so hype. Everything was great. And it's just cooked right now for CM Punk. It's gone from me wanting to see him so bad, waiting years, like, oh, will he ever come back? I always would think I would see interviews of him and shit and be like, will he ever come back to wrestling? Who knows? He finally came back. AEW said he returned to professional wrestling, says all this shit, and just throws it all away because I feel, there were definitely moments throughout this whole thing where he might have got fucked around, but it's ultimately I feel like it's his fault in
I
the
feel
end
like
of
he
this.
is his own worst enemy too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
So yeah, I mean, we've always liked CM Punk. I always want him to return, and now he did return, and it was awesome. But it's gotten to a point where he's had two backstage issues now in AEW, major ones. He's already gotten fired in the past, and they brought him back, and it's like even at that point, I was like, I don't know, will he ever be back in AEW? Who knows? And then they brought him back and made a whole new show for him, gave him everything that he wanted. Warner Bros. Said he's going to be the star of the show. He didn't have to see Kenny or the Young Bucks every week. Still went out of his way to talk shit about them, though, every chance he could. So we'll say that Hangman and Young Bucks and Kenny, though, would never say anything. They do their subtle jabs on BTE and every now and then in the ring, but I feel like they never openly go and talk shit about. They haven't talked shit about CM Punk. I don't know,
And you know
but
what? To him, sorry, but that might sting just that much more. And they've done that not just to him, but they've done that to multiple people. But for him, that might sting that much more that he's not coming out there and publicly doing it. He's just doing it on their show, or they're doing it subtly, like running around and doing the chant. Either way, I think that's hilarious that talk your shit, or even do it like that. Do it in a way that you know that you can't get legally cooked. So yeah, again, sorry
yeah.
to interrupt.
No, you're fine. We we have high emotions about this situation. We're big avid wrestling fans, and this is I mean, it definitely brings a lot of attention to AEW, but not in the way that we want, because
Yeah.
now it makes it look bad. And who knows what CM Punk is going to say about them? And it's like you don't even know who to believe at this point. But I'm on the side of the Young Bucks. I'm AEW till I die. I've been with them. We've been with them for 5+ years. CM Punk was only there for I don't know, like he's only been there for 2 of them now, I
Yeah, I think
think.
the,
And
the anniversary just popped up on the Snapchat of me with the ice cream bars. So yeah, like right around 2 years
he was hurt most of the time, sadly.
or
So I mean, who
suspended.
who knows what would have happened if he never got hurt and he was the champion all that time. We never even got to see his real AEW championship run. I mean, he beat Hangman and he got hurt the same night, and we never got to see what
Wearing the
could have.
shirt.
There it is. We were there. We
I
never
was
got
there.
to, yeah. We never got to see what would have happened with that. And who know, like, it's like, who knows? Maybe he would have been a better guy backstage if he was just champion. And like, I don't know. I don't know. So we'll
Yeah.
never know now because it's to the point where he did get a second chance, but now it's cooked. Like he'll never be back in AEW ever again, and I've accepted that fact already. I'm never gonna be like how I was years ago. Like, oh, is he ever gonna come back? Is he ever gonna? No, he's gone. Maybe he'll go and completely make himself look like a fool and go back to WWE, just like CM Punk and be a clown, or CM just like Cody and be a fucking clown and go against everything that you
He'll
that
just
you
look like a
stand for.
hypocrite at the worst. At the end of the day, he would look like the worst hypocrite going back to that place after all the shit he talked.
Yeah,
Get back there. And like I said, I love the memes like crawling back to Triple H, like basically running the show now. It's just I don't see that as anytime soon. If anything, he's gonna just stick to acting
Yeah.
in shows and movies that nobody watches.
Yeah, sorry,
And
CM Punk. Even if you went back to WWE, they have 2 nights of WrestleMania, but you probably still won't main event eat one of
probably
them.
be on the
So,
pre-show. It's
and hey, CM Punk,
I
how does it feel that uh AEW had the biggest WrestleMania type event all in, and you couldn't even main event that? So,
Yeah, fair enough. And that's also a thing. I think you made a mention of it last week too. Just not talking about 81,000 people plus this week or last week. Still talking about the fight / the firing of CM Punk overall, and it's just very upsetting. But
because the
that's what kind of it goes to me, and what I wanted to point out and make sure is like what I at least want to prioritize in the same way. Yes, I think overall, if you're a guy like myself and you made it clear too, AEW over anything. Like that's what we love. We love the AEW brand. We love that brand of wrestling. We like how Tony Khan is booking things and the way things are. I like the vibe of the locker room. Wrestling has come before and after CM Punk. And as much as I love and would want CM Punk involved in the wrestling that I love, it seems to be that can't work. He doesn't want to work. He picks up his ball and he goes home. He doesn't want to play with the Young Bucks. He doesn't want to play with Kenny. He doesn't want to play with Hangman. It's a tough look when they show up, and not only that, they're putting guys over. The Young Bucks now have taken 2 big losses in consecutive pay-per-views. Granted, this last one was an 8-man, so just FTR gets one too. But like they're putting guys over. Kenny just put over
yeah,
Takeshita and over in All Out. We'll get to that in a little bit, but uh, that's what I'm saying. Like AEW has existed before Punk. It will after. Wrestling has existed before him and Punk. And if anything, like I said, I'm still gonna be pro Punk. If he goes somewhere, he'll make money. He will sell tickets to where he goes if he goes anywhere, or if he just sticks to just what he's doing, just acting. Fine, whatever.
yeah. Facts
Cool.
are facts. He was the highest merchandise seller in AEW before
Yeah.
they fired him. I
Yeah,
mean, he was.
absolutely. But like he's gonna make his money. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, but um, it's just son of a bitch. I can't have him if he's gonna be there. If that's gonna be a detriment to the company, to the wrestling that I love, then that can't happen. If he's just gonna cause problems, or if his existence just causes problems, whether or not it's his fault or not his fault, I can't assume that. I'm not there. I'm not gonna try and vouch for either which way. As of right now, I'm kind of on the Bucks side too, because at the end of the day, like I just mentioned, they're there. They're making the difference. They're still the heart. At this point, I'm with you guys. Heart and soul of AEW is for sure the elite. Anyone can come and go. I was talking with my one of my instructors today, just even on the live show. Check out Blow the Whistle on the Sports Town Shy every now and again, so that's pretty cool. But talking about people that can come and go. And he's like, oh, Keith Lee can probably come back to WWE. I'm like, yeah, sure. He's like, yeah, maybe even like Malachi Black. I'm like, maybe pump the brakes. Maybe Buddy Matthews just because Rhea Ripley. I'm like, yeah, even all those names that are passing by, as long as it's not really Kenny, Hangman, the Young Bucks, that really won't really change the dynamic, minus a few other guys. So that's what I'm trying to point out as well. I don't want to harp too much on it. Like AEW existed on some core guys, and there's still those core guys there. If anything, there's more core guys. They're building more core individuals, not just men. There's the women's side of things too. I don't want to exclude anything right there. CM Punk not being there at All Out, still got Samoa Joe, John Moxley, MJF, Adam Cole, the Young Bucks, FTR, for what it's worth, and Jay White.
Brian
I got
Danielson.
Mini J back there too. Juice Robinson. The guns are getting better. I feel Orange Cassidy main evented again. As much as you want to maybe hate or not, or just acknowledge that the talent is still there. The home brew and AEW squad is there. That's all I'm trying to put. That's basically like I said. I'll wrap it up with that. AEW will be just fine with that. And one rebuttal to Jim Cornette's long ass 1 hour response, because again, he doesn't rely on AEW content for his subscriptions. fucking blow me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. No. It's saying that the Chicago market is completely, it's paraphrasing, but the Chicago market is completely cooked because TK fired CM Punk.
Huh.
Quite the contrary. I would say it was probably what, 70 or maybe even 80% people that didn't want CM Punk or didn't want the chance or were pro Young Bucks or an Adam Page. And I mean, at this point, it doesn't even feel like Kenny Omega's even involved. He didn't get any boos at all. He was full on
Yeah.
face. But anyone that wanted to start a CM Punk chant, and it was me even on Wednesday, but I kind of read the room and I recognized, like, all right, CM Punk chants, it's maybe not the go, and I've come to the conclusion that I have now that I just laid out in front of you guys, was exactly that. So yeah, it was so the other 20% was the people that just wanted to be loud and in say it's chant CM Punk and be obnoxious and do everything else that they shouldn't be. Ridiculous. So again, conclusion, all of which I just said, and no, the Chicago market is not cooked for AEW. If it's better than ever. According to a sign that the person had, TK cured cancer, indicating that CM Punk was the cancer. So I guess I'll leave it at that.
Hmm.
I don't. I mean, I guess there's more comments for sure. I mean, like I said, yeah, wrestling came and went before. It's just all these crazy things, and I only got like 10 minutes into that whole thing, but into that Cornette rebuttal, it was absolutely ridiculous. He's just basically the equivalent of Colin Cowherd and insert whoever random guest host because that's Brian Last. So yeah, he can live in his what if scenarios and continue to just be just like Punk, but no one in this wrestling industry is going to hire him so he can continue to play imaginary booker and listen to his echo chamber podcast all he wants. So there you go. Thank you, fuck you, bye to Jim Cornette. There you go.
Wow.
Finally, one more quick thing. Maybe just get your thoughts on this one. Somewhat relating to CM Punk, somewhat relating just the wrestling industry altogether. Do you think Brian Alvarez or Dave Meltzer, more or less, was making the situation worse, better, or worse in this situation? Maybe just the overall coverage of AEW as a whole with Dave Meltzer. Any thoughts on that question?
Well, yeah, maybe it's just all overall, maybe the fans know too much sometimes because of how acquainted we are with social media nowadays. I mean, they're able to just, I mean, we know basically everything that's
Well,
going
yeah,
on
people read
backstage.
headlines and they assume they know everything. They assume they know CM Punk as a friend, or they're like they're buddies with the Young
I mean,
Bucks or
yeah,
like
which
that.
then causes people to tweet something, which then cause people to see it, retweet, like it, and then it gets viral, and then it's their
And that
show
somehow, some way
talking shit.
becomes news or something like that, and that becomes
Yeah.
fact or whatever. That's just the
I
talk
mean,
around
yeah,
the.
that's a lot of people consider that fact, like all of those factual. Like it's just if they see a report like that, it's just oh, this is true.
I think
Just
maybe
has to.
now some people are starting to realize that I guess what Dave Meltzer says isn't Bible. Like it's not sacrament. Like it's not what it's supposed to be. It's just an opinion, popular opinion, but that's basically it. He gets the insight, he gets news and some facts, but at the end of the day, he still somehow some way still mixes in his opinion into the facts, which is kind of crazy. So if anything, hopefully a guy like Sean Ross gets
Yeah.
more credibility or something like that, because he doesn't really, from what I every time I read a tweet from him, it's not really opinion, and unless it is like his review on a show, not facts that are coming out on an investigation. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Fightful is the I always like the Fightful reports the most because I
Okay.
trust Sean Ross. But yeah, Dave Meltzer is one of the most known names. So I mean, people just like to be that fly on the wall and know what's going on backstage, and so they just trust him since he's the most known person, I guess. But yeah, don't always trust everything you read on the internet.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you want to maybe did you want to do some all out recap right now overall the show, just everything involved? We don't need to hit every single match, but just like, uh,
Yeah, we can hit it.
yeah, just maybe
Set it all out.
I felt just overall, maybe I think I said this while we were sitting down. You were doing another draft, by the way, so that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But like the second half of the show, what I think right in the middle of it, it felt like a whole different brand new show. For maybe probably the strap match on, or maybe even a match before that. I can't really recall.
Yeah, I think the strap match really is when it started because it was, I forget how the order went. It was
I had texted my brother at a
it's
certain point, and it was still a bunch of matches to go. I can pull it up right here. Uh, yeah, solid show so far, stacking up towards the end with the 8-man tag was still to go. So I think the 8-man was before that, maybe. No, that was actually the second to last match. What am I talking about? The 8-man was still to go. The Omega and Takeshita, Mox and the Orange Cassidy, which ended up being the main event. Danielson and Starks, and then Kingston and Shibata versus the Blackpool Combat Club. So maybe before the strap match or either which way. But those that was solid. That was solid, absolutely. Even before that, I'll give some love, absolutely. Adam Cole, MJF carrying that stinky match, but it's good storyline. Maybe it's gotten a little less heat on it, but that's okay. No Roderick Strong, no Kingdom to back up or ruin anything. I thought that was going to be the case. But that was fun again, getting the kangaroo kick over. The meat chance during Miro
yeah,
and then that was the big comeback reveal was Lana, aka CJ something. I don't know what.
CJ Perry or some
Yeah, so
shit.
there you go. She's there. She has been forsaken according to Miro. Uh,
Yeah.
but I mean overall, it really kind of picked up that definitely for sure at that strap match. I think that was the turning point. Arguably could have been the best match if it was 1A 1B with me. I would say Takeshita and Omega just because solid match overall, and I think this Takeshita push from Omega that was a good move right there. Like I said, if they're going to be relying on him to be next 5-10 years of being the guy, maybe even the next Okada, that a stretch is I don't know. He's got the build for it. He can have the charisma, especially if he's got Don Callis around him. So that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, any overall thoughts? Maybe your favorite match? What really stuck out to you?
Oh, I love the strap match the most. I thought that was just brutal and hard hitting, and I just love the technical wrestling and that with and like choking him out with the strap at the end. It was, I mean, I love the shot, like the shot of Ricky's face of him fading at the end there was
Yeah,
so
some pretty good
cool.
camera work today.
Yeah,
If you saw at the very end in the right before the main event, right before the bell, they got a shot of Orange Cassidy's banged up, brutalized hand, and in the background, in the fade shot of it was John Moxley. It was like, this is gonna be awesome. This is set up to be pretty cool. So I mean, that was a pretty nice shot overall. Solid camera work. Uh, yeah, and again, shout out to the main event, like Orange Cassidy, all holding it down.
yeah.
I think we were saying this didn't need to be Moxley to get the international title, but glad it's off of Orange Cassidy, maybe to get him something else, but just to get a fresh set of eyes on the title. And I don't think it's going to be a long Moxley reign as the international championship. I think he'll flip it on to somebody else, or maybe Pac is back. I don't know. That'd be
Huh.
pretty cool. Um, yeah, overall pretty solid. Gals had a pretty solid match as well. Cristal and a Ruby Soho. That that officially ends the outcasts. I would think so with the way that they interfered. Tony Storm.
Yeah, that's probably it for after that. It seemed like it was breaking up already, but
Yeah, of course. So that was the final straw. I'm just trying to think. Of course, again, the 8-man that was solid. Second to last match. Mini J appreciated the win. That was awesome. I mean, you can't go wrong. The Guns, Jay White, Juice Robinson, all mixed up with the Young Bucks and FTR. FTR and Young Bucks working together. That see everything they can work together. That's just again just what I wanted to point out. Like say what you will. All the dirt sheets say this, that, and the other. The Young Bucks are there and cooperating. See, as of now, CM Punk doesn't have a job. We just found out Griff Garrison has a job because check out the Honor Club when you watch Ring of Honor this week. Griff Garrison's still there, not CM Punk.
El Gringo Loco.
El Gringo. Oh,
Oh,
he's awesome. He's fun. He's fun to watch. He gets a good pop. Just trying to think of anything else from All Out. Overall, like just that proves right there
it
that
was great. Yeah.
one that AEW is on track. Not only just had 81,000 in Wembley plus 81,035 people was officially the number. Coming off the biggest wrestling event of all time. You're going to turn around and in 1 week 1 week. You're going to lose one of your biggest people, one of your biggest names of all time in your short existence. Still have a pay-per-view, still sell out the way that you did, and everyone performed well. I mean, again, another on paper doesn't stand out as anything crazy, but everyone performed well. Also, shout out to, didn't even mention this, the Samoa Joe setting up to fight MJF for a little bit, so that was cool. The little the push remake or everything right there. So I mean, AEW is still thriving. 1 week later, after coming off the biggest pay-per-view of all time, they have another pay-per-view. Insane. Like, no, that's unheard of. So that just goes to show Chicago crowd, the market's not dying. The overall the need for AEW, the popularity is not, it's not dying. It's there. If anything, it is more than ever. So bring it on. I mean, this is it. Like I said, this was cooler than Payback. Didn't even watch Payback. So if you enjoyed what was left of Seth Rollins and Nakamura, so there you go. Just a shell of himself at this point. Unfortunate. I guess we'll have to check out the match of the year between Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch. I'll give it to him. It's probably the match of the year for WWE, but you're not going to sit there and tell me that it's better than FTR versus Bullet Club Gold. It's just not going to happen. Let's see. I'm trying to, oh, of course, while it goes out, trying to get this figured out. Was there anything else from All Out? Trying to recap, trying to remember, trying to get this settled. Come on,
no,
screen, come back.
I think we went over everything. There's just the Acclaim win in the 0 hour.
Oh yeah, the 0 hour. Kind of missed the 0 hour. Just Hangman Adam Page getting a solid pop. Still getting a good pop, and he wins his I thought his charity was going to be Cowboys for Kids. It ends up being something for Chicago. So hey, that's cool. That's cool. It's for the over the budget charity battle royal. Gets the win there. The Acclaim get their win, and Dennis Rodman gets involved. That was fun to see.
That's right.
Yeah, it's good to see when celebrities get opportunities not like that and don't take full-blown matches away from wrestlers that we actually want to see. WWE.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Said something in my throat. But yeah, that was overall, like I said, if we're gonna recap everything, the week of AEW was awesome. Wednesday night, Saturday Collision, even with the CM Punk news, did not matter, did not detract us at all. We've said our piece. If it comes back, it's probably not going to happen. So be it. If it comes back in any sort of way, about more power to him. There you go.
Never.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't think so either. Let's see. We got a couple. Obviously, we got a couple minutes. I know that Team USA lost to Lithuania, but I wanted to. That's crazy. It's crazy. I didn't really have much on it, so I wanted to switch it up. And right before I started recording, my mother wanted to get your insight on Big Brother this year. So just a really quick recap and overall, what is your thoughts so far? Don't need to go into detail. Obviously, it's been a couple weeks. A lot of people have been eliminated so far, but what has been your overall take from Big Brother this year? Like I said, I'm gonna make sure to timestamp it. She wants to watch it. She wants to get she wants to hear your reaction. So instead of me relaying it, I just wanted to ask you during the show. So I thought that was just the easier way for me. So instead of having to remember anything.
Yeah.
So, like I said, if you guys are into Big Brother, check out this recap. If not, there you go. This is basically this is Mike talking to my mom right now. How's Big Brother going, Mikey?
Well, I feel like it's been an interesting season so far. It's been pretty fun. I like that there's like a bunch of different, like there's little alliances throughout the house. There's like two really big alliances, I feel like, but there's some smaller alliances. There's some people that like house guests and people outside just hate for some reason, like the Cameron and Jared. Well, Jared is a horrible guy, it seems like, but I hate him. But there's a lot of people that I like this season. Like I like Corey, I like America, and I'm trying to. Jag is cool, and it's like like Sari and Felicia are cool, but they're just controlling the entire house right now, and it's pissing me off. America just called it out on the last episode. She was saying, "Why does everybody trust Suri?" She's this older woman that she used to play in Survivor for you, Nick. So it's like she
Okay.
was in Survivor, and they brought her in for this season as like a random house guest, and she's actually the mom of Jared, one of the guys in the house. So
Yeah.
they've been playing everybody because Jared's in an alliance with the other side of the house, and then he just goes and tells Suri like everything.
Oh
So
my god.
she knows everything that's going on always and has everyone in the palm of her hand. So she's been pissing me off at how good she is at the game.
Oh,
But
that's hilarious.
yeah, I didn't think that she would be so damn good. Her and Felicia and Izzy. I think you have Izzy on your team.
I hope
They
so. I
they
haven't really been able to keep track very much this year.
they've been cooking everybody. So
Okay.
it's been getting interesting because people are starting to catch on, and it will be cool to see where it goes. As of right now, I mean, your mom knows this, but Jared just won the head of household. He put Cameron and Red up, which they're the chillers. That's their name. They're just chilling. You know,
Oh, okay.
they're
So this
just
the
trying.
two-man alliance that you were talking about the other.
Yeah,
So
they're
one of them is gonna get eliminated. Looks
for
like
probably
as of
yeah,
right now.
unless one of them win the veto, which
Okay.
we'll see that
We
on
get
what
one of them at least
tomorrow.
off. Okay.
hmm But
Damn,
yeah,
that's
they're
crazy.
it's been pretty interesting. It's been one of the more interesting seasons as of late, I feel like. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm always happy to talk about Big Brother. I don't
Oh
have
yeah.
to. Me and my brother and like our mom is like the only people we talk to it with too, and our buddy Alan.
No,
So
my mom's been keeping up for sure. And obviously I should keep up because of course at the beginning of each season, at the past two seasons, we've been drafting the
yeah,
contestants and getting at least four on each squad, and whoever wins gets $30. A net gain of 30, just running the dice. Bet on anything responsibly. Uh that's I hope my team's been doing well. That's all I can hope for. I think I got at least two or three of them right. One got eliminated.
I think so.
I
I
got
can
the
find the teams. I think I
I'm
have them
gonna butcher it. I'm
saved.
gonna sound ignorant, but I got the bald lady. I got the deaf guy.
That's Felicia. That's Matt.
I got the one that was good with the talking.
Oh, I like Matt too. I forgot. Oh, that you have Corey. That's you have
Yeah.
Corey.
And then, oh no, goodness gracious, I don't know the other name. Of course, you have the notes and everything to
Yeah, I'm trying to
keep it
find the
updated.
picture.
I cannot think of the life for me. It's another woman, for sure that I think I had two and two. But I cannot remember for the life of me the name of it. Either
It's
way, so like I said, it's at least the first season, the first episode that I saw. I've caught up on a little bit, somewhat, just like well, it's kind of somewhat been on. It's been fun. It's been cool. Obviously, they always keep it entertaining. Like you said, they've thrown in some newer guests, so I don't know how that really. If they end up winning, I guess we get our money back. That's kind of we
there's
determine that.
only one new
Okay, there's only
guest,
one
so
person. That's
yeah,
fine.
Sari.
Odds are in our favor. It's her versus the field. I'll take the field as of now.
And I just want to say I hate Bowie James. She's useless. Not does nothing in the house. Doesn't contribute to anything. And
Oh,
McCole is useless
there you
also.
go. I'm gonna clip that and make sure you at her or on both of the socials. We'll get this going.
They do not.
Who in the hell is Mikey J Fat Cat?
Good
Uh,
eye, Julie. Oh, I hate Bowie
I built
James.
this whole place for you, Julia. Uh Alrighty. That's what I wanted to get to today. Besides that, we can don't want to breeze through it because I want to, show some love to our fantasy squad. You got a fantasy team to get to today, but like I said, just want to be mindful of time. Let's get to our Des Nuts fantasy football preview on the week, like we usually do. When the games, when more standings get start picking up and wins start accumulating, that's when we can deep dive and start talk about the standings, the points for and against, and all that. When actually people, you can actually see our budget. I did not know you could see our budget straight up on the Fab Dollars. So you can
You
just
can.
we'll be able to keep track of that. Second move, three moves added on, additional moves added on the week. Did not see that until right now. But one done 3 hours ago because Allen has Travis
Wow.
Kelce, and that was the big news today. Nothing to his ACL, but Travis Kelce suffered a He tweaked his leg, tweaked his knee, if I'm not mistaken.
Fuck.
So uncertain if he'll play week 1, and that's actually in 2 days. One day after this video gets posted, coming up on Thursday night for Thursday Night Football. Cannot wait. We're gonna get to the matchups. I can talk about mine. You can talk about yours. He's doing it again. Pete is doing it again. He took out his entire lineup right before the start of the matchups.
I
So
will
I don't know.
say
It's a
he sent me a
mystery.
picture too of it, and he was like, what do you think of this?" I was like, "What, Pete? Just like, why?" Him and Dom with their
Let the
trick.
mind games commence, and I doff my cap to you, Pete. Let that be known. So I guess I can only preview my starting lineup as of right now. Just, I mean, what I'm looking at and everything right there. You can
Yeah, we
also
can't really preview Pete right now.
won't
He
be
just
able to preview Pete, and that's what I'm going to stray away from. Whatever's in the starting lineup as of this moment, that's what we talk about. Not going to, don't want to influence anybody to sit, don't want to influence anybody to start over anybody else. So just want to keep it as is. Also, of course, while they're in there, maybe talk about one player that you feel like they're going to stand out and really have a solid week that week, depending on if you're just going to think they're going to be a dog or think they have the best matchup on the week, or if they're red hot right now. Can't really say anything because it's week 1, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. And then, of course, like I said, as the weeks progress, we'll go through the standings, but also, of course, want to hit the feed and see the additional ad drops. So if you want to, I can start. If you want, unless otherwise, you can start.
you can hit it, right? Yeah, you're ready to go, right?
Yeah, I got everything in front of me right now. As of right now, I'm running with my only quarterback that I have, Trevor Lawrence. Got Christian McCaffrey, obviously going to be a must start. I got Kenneth Walker, and officially that question mark has gone away from Amon St. Brown. He's playing. Looks like he's going to be full
Oof,
go,
oof, oof.
ready to go. It was not listed on the Lions injury report per Monday. Love that. Love hearing that. So Amon St. Brown ready to go. Garrett Wilson. I like that I got the Thursday night option and I got the Monday night option going as well.
That's nice.
With the little bit, I can still got not for certain on my flexes as of right now, but set to go right now. Tyler Lockett, Travis Etienne. I think it's based on just optimized points, and again, just full disclosure, not entirely sure. Maybe it could be, maybe we can change it up. Maybe we can be it as is, because I know 9 games are in full go because Pete has nothing. Pete has nothing. If you're just joining us, Pete has nothing in his lineup, nothing to preview here, nothing to talk about here. I'm sure he'll go with his only quarterback, unless he doesn't want to start a quarterback this week. And I'm sure he'll go with his only defense that he has, both on the Eagles defense, and Jalen Hurts. I think that's the only thing that's for certain. I'm lying. He has 2 quarterbacks. He has Deshaun Watson and Jalen Hurts. So
Hmm.
I'm backwards. I'm all torn up, Pete. I don't know what to do. I'm shaking in my boots. Uh,
There's nothing
Either
you
way.
can do. You just
Yeah,
have to wait and see.
obviously. When the last time I checked, when he did have a lineup, projections were basically even Steven, projection smirshmection, as we always say here. But looks like we're ready to roll. I'm as far as my squad, who I'm looking forward to banking on having a solid week. I'm gonna roll with the very first guy, the very first team, the very first guy you'll see for my squad, Amon St. Brown. I think I'm sniffing a touchdown. I like my odds right there.
Wow.
Uh, there you go. And I think just everybody else just come in, ready to score, ready to kill. That's all we want. That's all we're ready to go. If we're gonna be for sure and for certain, I'll show just to show the love. I think Michael Pittman Jr. will have a nice game. Michael Pittman Jr.
What?
I don't know. It could be nice. I mean, that's what happens when you don't have a starting lineup. I'll flip it on over to you. What do you how you looking on your matchup with VR Stinkers, aka, or no, it's not even VR Stinkers anymore. It's back to the Dominators, Dom and the Dominators. How you looking right
Wow.
there?
Yeah, just straight up dominators. Like no more Pete, so I'm not getting tricked anymore by his
Yeah.
picture. Damn.
Happened more than one occasion for sure.
Well, it's going to be a battle. I've got Josh Allen. Dom has Mahomes, two of the best quarterbacks. I've got Eckler, Najee. Dom's got Jones, Akers. I beat him in running back. Wide receiver. Oh, I've got Stephon Diggs connection with Josh Allen. And I have DK Metcalf. And Dom's got CD Lamb and Justin Jefferson. I'll say those are some nasty receivers.
Oh yeah, big time.
I've got George Kittle. Dom has TJ Hawkinson. And in our two flex spots, I've got DeAndre Hopkins in right now. And I have Jamal Williams in. Dom has Mike Clevins. And he has Michael Thomas.
Mike Evans for those at home who are trying to keep score.
Mike Evans.
Mike Clevins. Oh shit.
That's and then, you know, kickers. I've got Eagle kicker. He's got Chief kicker Butker. I've got Bills defense. He's got the Bears in right now, which that's probably going to change. I don't know, unless he actually is going to keep them in. And it just wouldn't make sense since I'm not going to say anything, actually.
Mind games.
Yep, it's going to be a fight. He's projected 15 more points than me, but those are just projections. Who knows if I change anything in my lineup? Who knows if he changes anything in his? But hopefully I see you Sunday, Dom. If you're watching this right now, if you hear this somehow, just maybe don't show up because you're not going to like what happens to you.
Somehow, if you stumble upon this,
you're going to get cooked up.
Oh, my
Week
Lord.
1.
Oh, my God.
So I hope you enjoy that.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Anyone you think's gonna stick out on your squad? One person in particular?
Everyone.
Eckler against
sticks
Miami
out to
could be
me.
nice. Eckler against Miami could be a nice time for sure. Let me see on the flip side. Justin Jefferson, not the best matchup against Tampa Bay, I suppose, but I think between Justin Jefferson could have a nice game. Finally switch it up. I think Patrick Mahomes is gonna ball out in week 1. So be prepared. Might having to clench your teeth a little bit. It's gonna be
Hopefully
tough.
Hopefully he gets picked off.
At least once or twice, you would hope. Maybe he hands it off to Isaiah Pacheco.
Touchdown.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So either way, definitely some solid hitters right there. Over on if you're good, are you good on your game?
Yeah.
Cool. We can breeze. We can hit the rest of these really quick. Schleims, aka AJ, taking on the South African Turtles in Sebastian. Pretty close projection. They're within 2 points of each other. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley on AJ's side, including Devontae Adams and Devonta Smith, the Devontaes and the Devontas. I think that's probably how you say it. Kyle Pitts, Chris Godwin currently in the flex, as well as Alexander Madison. Justin Tucker, most likely going to be the number 1 kicker on the year. And the Dolphins defense set to go for AJ's side. Flipping on over to the South African Turtles. Justin Herbert with the hook set up with Keenan Allen for Sebastian. Also Josh Jacobs and the rookie, highly touted rookie, Bijan Robinson in the running back positions. Like I said, Keenan Allen. Joining him is Tyreek Hill. So some pretty solid wide receiver spots right there. Tyreek Hill could possibly be the number 1 receiver on the year. That's just because I had ranked him so high, at least in my rankings. Dallas Goedert joining Calvin Ridley in the flex spot, as well as Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams coming off the ACL tear, but still set up to be the number 1 in the Broncos. Tyler Bass and the Jets, the Hard Knocks Jets, being all ready to go. But that's a pretty rough matchup, pretty tough matchup for them on a Monday night for those Jets going up against the Bills. Looking at this, I mean, we'll say this every time. It could be as close as it can be. Can't really for sure said anything, but I I Bijan Robinson, I think, is set, ready to roll to be a top scorer. At least we'll get some sort of idea. But I've also seen on the contrary, there was a post, maybe just being a troll. It's like be ready for Tyler Algier to out touch by Bijan Robinson. I was like, oh
No.
no, I don't know about that. So I think Bijan's gonna have a nice little debut. Nothing too crazy, not on Derrick Henry level of like 3 touchdowns, but definitely can get in there upwards of maybe 20 touches, I would think, if not more. And on the flip side, on AJ's side, oh man, let me see. I thought I like that matchup there. Saints is pretty tough against Tennessee. Saquon could have a nice game on a Sunday night. Don't put it past him. But I think unsung hero could be Chris Godwin, especially in a PPR league. I think is it Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask is ready to roll? I think it's
It's
Baker.
Mayfield. They
Mayfield
announced he's the
might be
starter.
looking Godwin's way a lot, and I think that'll be the connection. So don't be surprised if Chris Godwin has himself a little bit of a game week 1.
Oh,
Anything on that game right there?
it's very close in projections. It should be I mean, it's always how it is. We're fighting every week in this league, man. We're
Absolutely.
all of us have great teams. It's gonna be a fucking battle.
It's a bloodbath every single week. Finally, looking at the Stark boy Allen and Ivan the goat, we got two animals head to head on this one. Did you want to take the reins on this one, or did you want me
Yeah,
to preview? Go for it,
Allen
Allen.
projected 133. Justin Fields, Tony Pollard, and Deion Jackson. Ugh. Mike Williams and Chris Olave.
I like Chris Olave.
I like Chris Olave. I do. He's gonna have a great year.
I think he's
Mike
gonna have a
Mike
baller of the
Williams,
time.
he was a great wide receiver a couple years ago. I mean, he still has that potential, so he can definitely cook. Tyler Higbee in maybe potentially replacing Travis Kelce if he doesn't play Thursday night.
Still up in the air. Still up in the air as we're recording.
DJ Moore, T. Higgins in the flex for Allen. Young Hoku, Cowboys defense. Looking like a nice little team. That's some questionable running backs maybe, but Hillen will figure it out. And then on the right side, the GOAT, Ivan, projected 143, 10 more points than Allen this week. He's got Joe Burrow, Ramondre Stevenson.
If Joe Burrow goes,
He's still up in the air, but he's got Tua just in case.
just in case.
He's got James Look, Ramondre Stevenson. He's got A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase. He's got Evan Ingram in the tight end. He's got 2 flexes. They're Joe Mixon, J.K. Dobbins. Good running backs in those flexes. He's got Matt Gay kicking, and he's got the Patriots defense holding back touchdowns. Nice teams on both ends. Jonathan Taylor sitting in his reserve spot. He can pick up a player, just hasn't yet. So we'll see what he's
I'm
thinking.
looking at the overall scope of it. Basically, all the Bengals players that you would want to play in fantasy are in this two lineups right here. You got Mixon, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow all on Ivan's side, and then you got T. Higgins over on Allen's side.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe in a sweat you would need to start Tyler Boyd, but that's about it. That's about where you stop it right there. So you're
Let's
gonna
say,
be.
Ivan, put on your Bengals jersey this
Oh
year.
yeah, he
Because you're
exchanged. Like
gonna
I
be
said, he's exchanged it from a Rams jersey to a Bengals jersey this year, so they're gonna get a lot of Bengals. Who Dey?
I
I
gotta
think
hope that Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Joe Mixon perform every single week.
it's not the toughest
It's
ask,
not the toughest
but
task.
if they get cooked, they get
It could
cooked
ruin your whole team that one week.
forever.
No, just if they have a bad game, that's 3 players that can fuck your team over
Oh
right
yeah,
there.
that was the meat and potatoes of his draft too. Ramondre Stevenson projected pretty high against the Eagles defense. Another one could stick out, and again, don't be surprised if he has a nice game. James Cook, if they run it Might get sniped by Devin Singletary on the goal line, but I think he's got enough capability to actually break out and bust out for a long touchdown. So thoughts right there. And then looking Allen's side, DJ Moore. Maybe my bias is showing for the Bears, but I think DJ Moore is going to gonna hit more than his 10-point, almost 11-point projection. I think it's going to hit. He might score a touchdown this week. That's been Justin Fields and DJ Moore. That's been the connection. I don't know when it cut off of. I think I was just projecting and looking at
You said DJ Moore is gonna cook, and
yeah, I think that was the last thing I said. DJ Moore was going to be my person to connect for Allen on his side of things. Anything wrapping up on this this matchup right here?
I wish them both the best of luck. I wish everybody the best of luck. It's week 1. We're about to get this thing going. We all wait for this for months, so let's have a great season as always.
Absolutely. Quickly before we move on to our big preview / our tier list, and like I said, Mike's got a draft in a little bit, so we got to be wrapping this baby up in a tad bit. Deion Jackson gets added by Allen for Roshan Johnson. Also because of the apparent Travis Kelce news, adding Tyler Higbee and dropping Rashard Penny. And then a while back, about 2 weeks ago, Pete made the very first move, dropping Adam Thielen and adding Antonio Gibson. So I don't know what the thought process there. Maybe the preseason touchdown score was the decision right there. But
Yeah,
either way, Adam Thielen also had a preseason touchdown.
I think the thought process was there was none.
Oh, all right, good.
I think Pete just willy-nilly picks up. So, Antonio Gibson. That's Pete.
Holy shit.
That's our fantasy champion.
Oh my god. Well, that was our appetizer, our wrestling, our appetizers, our everything right there. We're still on to the wrestling. We're still on to the football. Excuse me, we're not on to the wrestling anymore. We're still on to the football. That was our preview of our Des Nutz Fantasy Football League. And on to our tier list of all of our teams, our final hoorah of everything that's going on. Like I said, I can pull up my arts and crafts. Our most excited squads. Interested? Meh? And no thank you. Won't be watching those teams anytime soon. Printed out a couple of the helmets to help me out, and we'll be going through them. So I can just start no particular order, just basically based on who I've already clipped out. I gotta keep clipping out some more as we go on. Is there anyone you really want to start off with? Is there anything just off the top of the dome? Maybe we can get our squads and just get that previewed, maybe.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna put the Packers, and I have something here as well on my screen, so I'll be able to share it once it's all said and done with everyone.
Yeah.
But I'm going to
Go ahead
put
and
the
give your thoughts on the
Packers
Packer.
in most excited. I mean, I'm a Packer fan. I think it's a easy decision there. I'm very excited to see how this season pans out. No more Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love at the helm. Got one of the youngest teams in the NFL right now, so I'm very intrigued and excited to see how this goes for sure.
Now, I was trying to think. I was really running through it. You got Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, and who's the other two that are in consideration that he's gonna be the first 4 receivers. And
They've
I guess
got
maybe
Watson, they've got Doubs, they
Musgrave.
just got the rookie receiver in the draft, Jaden Reed.
Okay.
And then they have the 2 rookie tight ends. They got Musgrave and I forget what the other guy's name is, but
There you go. For me, you got most excited. I'm gonna actually put it. You'll be surprised. I'm interested. I'm interested to see how this team pans out. Do I interested? Does that mean do I want them to win? Hell, fucking no. I want them to be awful. But what I'm interested to see is exactly how awful they will be. How does Jordan Love pan out? How does everything else pan out? You got a okay offensive line. I mean, Bears also have some issues there. So, like I said, don't want to throw some shade, but Bakhtiari's like a play away from going down. Like I was just making mention too, like you got some really young receivers going into a guy that I think I just heard on the radio earlier today, only 83 attempts, only 83 completed passes in his career, only 83 pass attempts, maybe in general in the regular season. It's a tough ask. It's a tough go. So I am interested to see how the Packers pan out this year.
Wow.
I wish I had the order ready to go of everything, but
Well, let's just do the
yeah,
Bears next because you might be surprised, but I'm going to put the Bears at interested also
there you go. Interesting as well.
because yeah, I want to see how the Bears turn out this year. There's a lot of hype around them. They've made some big signings this offseason, and they're projected to be one of the, the low, not win the division, one of the lowest odds. They're just, like all this shit still being talked about them even after all of these things that they've done to improve the team. So I think it's very interesting to see how they do this year and just being around here in Illinois. It's just all that's talked about on news and whatnot
Oh,
and people
that's the
around
only
here.
thing you
So
get on our AM radio sports talk is going to be Bears. You're not going to get any Packers stuff anytime soon.
so it's very so yeah, I'm interested.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Finally, as you wrap up your sentence, I finally find the Bears logo. Of course, obviously, just like you're going to put your Packers guy in most excited, I am most excited to see how these Bears pan out. I kind of gave a little hoorah final hoop like let's go hoorah speech on Friday. Check that out on the live show. Uh, but this is everything. Uh, I'll say it maybe just to damper it, but I don't want to undersell it. Even if if the Bears lose week 1, it's not a make or break on the entire season. Uh, but it would be exciting and awesome to get out on a good start when personally, you look at the personnel, I feel like the Bears have better people, they have better names, they got better talent. Still the opportunity for it to keep it close, but that's if the Bears can get started at least 2-0 and like, all right, there's something going. And of course, get the Chiefs pretty early on, get the Denver Broncos pretty early on, but after that, not smooth sailing, but again, up in the air. Like these are potential games where everyone is basically winnable. There's opportunities for them to win. They're not going to be completely shit canned every single game. That's nice to finally see. So Justin Fields, improvements all over the place. I don't want to ram and go over everything every again. This offensive line is concerning as of right now, but the defense can help out somewhat, some way. The talent that's there can also help it out as well. Finally, some weapons. Again, mentioned that 100 times over. So most excited. Most excited. Bears. Stop Bears. Stop Bears. Stop Bears. Stop Bears. Yeah, let's go. I'm just gonna randomly grab. I think we can get this out of the way pretty early. Cardinals.
No,
No,
thank
thank
you.
you. No real reason to harp on them. They are gonna be El Zelcho. They're gonna be stinky. How about the Patriots? What do you think feeling about the Patriots?
Uh, I'll, I'm gonna put the Patriots in meh.
I kind of feel you on that one. I think I'm kind of feeling that same way where if they're on TV, it's meh, but I'm not really gonna break my neck to go see Mac Jones and really nobody else. You know what? I think I just talked myself into it. No, thank you for the Patriots.
Wow.
I go no, thank you on those Patriots. I think they're gonna be bad. I think they're gonna be stinky. We got no thank you on these Patriots. Hopefully, you guys can so you can even see these one. But I printed out the helmets. I'm trying. We're trying to have fun here. I can even fold this. Probably would be easier if I
It
just
looks
folded it.
great.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
Those helmets look fucking great.
I made them myself. How about the Atlanta Falcons? How about the Atlanta Falcons?
Interesting.
Damn, we're on the same page right now. I think it's because we've been previewing these divisions together. I actually somewhat very interested in them as well. The young talent, Bijan Robinson, couple of fantasy implications right there. Why not? I mean, that's just the way that it
Will
goes.
Kyle Pitts suck ass again? Like
Oh,
what's
that's true.
like who
How about the
knows?
Cleveland Browns? How about the Cleveland Browns?
I mean, I don't know if I'm interested in them because I know what they are. It's like
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think so too.
I'm gonna put them in men. I'm not trying to be disrespectful because they're
I
a
am
good
too.
team, but
I got them in meh. I mean, it's just no real big additions. We get to the AFC North preview in a little bit. I know, like I said, you might be strapped for time, but
oh, we're good right now.
no, yeah, no real No real big additions other than you get a full season of Deshaun Watson, and that's really up to you if Deshaun Watson is your cup of tea or not.
I mean, yeah, I really
Uh,
should put him in no thank you since he's a rapist,
there
but
you go. That's possible. How about the New York Giants? The New York Football Giants.
interested.
I think I'm right there. I'm also a toss up between Matt because I don't really care for Daniel Jones. I think I'm interested because overall that division's somewhat interesting. So yeah, I'll go same thing with you. Interested to see how Saquon does, interested to see if they're not a fluke from last season
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
possibly
really thinking. Can
yeah.
Brian DeBolt keep it going, and can they keep cooking? So,
Yeah. I think that's the best way to do it, the best way to think about it. How about the Las Vegas Raiders? Your Raiders.
meh.
You got meh.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
just because
go.
my boy's Devontae Adams, I can't put it in no thank you. But
I'm putting it in no thank you. I think they're
oh,
gonna have they can maybe argue meh or interested just for the sake of the downfall, but honestly, I have no real interest in any Oakland or any Las Vegas Raiders games this year. Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't sound too intriguing. Unfortunately, I don't have Josh Jacobs or Durante Adams on any one of my fantasy teams either. That would have maybe boosted it to anything else besides no thank you. But otherwise, I just don't have them. So can't do it. Sorry. How about the Pittsburgh Steelers? Pittsburgh Steelers, another team we'll be talking about in the AFC North preview.
well, I'm gonna put them in interested just because I have Najee Harris in my in my fantasy league, so
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how they do this year if he can cook or if Kenny Pickett can take that next step. So,
Call me crazy. Might be in one of the most exciting to see for me,
wow.
honestly. Young talent, a defense that's very intriguing to me, and we'll get to that in a little bit as well. I got a preview on that, but see if Kenny Pickett can step up. I like the connection with George Pickens and a solid receiver in Deontay Johnson just to hold it down. And Allen Robinson is there too. Didn't notice that either. Um, and then again, Najee Harris, can he step up? I think this is a very interesting team. And again, we'll get to the preview, we'll get to the division winner. Don't be shocked if they do some of the things that they could possibly do. Uh, I got the Miami Dolphins. How about those Dolphins?
Um, I'm gonna put them in.
You're putting them in meh?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
fair
putting
enough.
them in.
I'm putting him in interested only because not because I have him on any teams, but I still feel like anytime Waddle and Tyreek Hill get on the field, it's going to be electric. It's going to be exciting. So I feel like that's interesting enough just to spark my interest. Uh, but yeah, just my rooting for him exactly. No, just that's going to be a tough AFC North in general. So that's going to be fun. Let's
Oh
see,
yeah.
breezing through these, we got the Los Angeles Rams. No, thank you.
Um, yeah, they're going in. No, thank you.
Yeah, I got them in no thank you. No thank you. How about the New Orleans Saints?
Oh, Pink, 1 second, just checking something real
Oh,
fast.
sure thing.
The picks have been released in the
Ooh.
draft.
Oh yeah, this is exciting. What do
What
you
do I have?
what pick do you got,
I've
Mikey?
got the fourth pick.
Ooh,
I'm
that's
gonna get I'm
nice.
gonna get someone
You're gonna get
really
at
good.
least you could
Yeah,
have the potential to get at least Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Austin Eckler, McCaffrey,
I love it.
Tyreek Hill, depending on how you want to rank those.
All right, well, you said the Saints.
I did say the Saints, yes.
Um, I'll put them in math. And this is all personal
Yeah,
opinion.
no, absolutely. I have them in meh as well. No, I'm gonna put them in meh because they're not the most exciting on paper, but I do like the Chris Olave connection between Derek Carr potentially, but not very much as exciting. The defense is gonna keep them in games, and that's about it. They're the NFC South all together is gonna be pretty meh to no thank you in my mind. So that's rolling on with that. We got the Washington football team. Oh, of course, my tape pops off. What do you think about the
No, thank
Washington
you.
the Commanders, excuse me?
No, thanks.
No, thank you. I'm
No.
actually gonna put them in meh.
Actually,
No,
I'll move them up.
I'm moving them up to interested, actually. I want to see how Sam Howell works. I want to see Terry McLaurin. I want to see a full healthy season out of Brian Robinson Jr. And
I'll
then
put them in
the defense.
interested just because the QB said he only eats chicken tenders.
There you
So
go. There you go. You're
I
back. You're
can
back on
I
that
can
one, of
relate
course.
to that.
Let's get to a couple layup. At least this layup right here. Kansas City Chiefs, most excited.
Yeah. I mean, always you're just always excited to see if they can keep doing what they do, which they do
I
every
mean, they're
year. And
must-watch television.
yeah, it's
Absolutely
just
must-watch television. How about the
there's teams
Los
like
Angeles
that.
Char?
Yeah.
How about the Chargers?
I'll definitely put interested in them. I don't know. I mean, they might be one of the best offenses in the league this
I'm
year,
putting them in
but
most
yeah,
excited.
that's what
That
I'm
offense is
thinking.
going to be good, and that AFC West is going to be
I'll
tight.
put them in most excited. So I've got Eckler, so
Yeah.
and
And
yeah,
how
like I was just
about?
saying, and you were saying that offense is gonna be very good this year.
Oh yeah. How about them Cincinnati Bengals? Cincinnati Bengals.
Most excited. I love
Most
Joe
excited. I'm
Burrow.
doing that as well. I'm doing that as well. All for the same reasons. Crazy
Sorry,
defense.
I'm a
Or
football fan. I love the best team, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. That's gonna be that's the whole part of it. It's the whole point of it. Uh, and then again on probably another layup. Those Jets. How about them
Most
Jets?
excited.
Most excited as well. Again, whether you're going to hate watch them, whether you're going to actually enjoy them, these Jets are going to be must watch television for all sorts of reasons. The young talent, the old heads, and Aaron Rodgers all connecting every which way. Coming up pretty solid. Let's see how these most excited lists. I might have to add a little bit of room for the most excited part. It's coming together pretty good. Let me see. We got about six, that's 5, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 teams already. All just already halfway through. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you think about the Buccaneers?
No thanks. I'm
Yeah, no
putting them
thank
in no
you.
thanks.
I'm gonna put them in meh, just because again, possibly Mike Evans, possibly Chris Godwin for fantasy. Got them in meh. Otherwise, not really. And Rashard White as well, fantasy implications, but that's about it. If I didn't have him on anything else or didn't really see the value, wouldn't really put him anywhere else. We got right back to back. We can do these pretty good. The Detroit Lions. How are we feeling on them?
Interested.
I'm feeling the same way. I'm going to put them just as interested for the sake of obviously in our division, going to be having a tight eye on them just about all season long, but not going to be moving mountains like you would to go see one of these most excited teams. Definitely one that's going to be close. And again, Monter St. Brown, I'll watching that guy. That's going to be fun. I feel like I'm about to sneeze, but I can't.
Oh,
It'll come
I
up.
hate that.
It'll come up when I don't need it to at all. How about I got one already set. I haven't been pulling it. The Minnesota Vikings. How about the Minnesota
I'll
Vikings?
put them in interested too, just
You
because
got them in
I'm interested.
interested.
I'm interested in all the teams in our division. So
Yeah. I got them in meh. I'm gonna keep them in meh just because meh. Vikings. Let's see. Seattle Seahawks.
interested.
I am too. There's a young squad, and I said this before, overperformed last year, and I think they can be pretty solid this year. New talent, and it's gonna be fun. I think that's gonna be a nice squad to get through. Baltimore Ravens.
Um, hmm. Guess it's interested to see how Lamar does this year, but
With Odell for sure.
yeah, I'll put interested.
I
It's I
think I'm
feel
gonna
like
roll with that
I've
as
got a
well.
lot of teams and interested right now,
I
but
do too, but I mean, this is just that's how it should be. These teams should be interesting. I mean, at the very least, they should be interesting to some degree. Uh, let's see. There we go. I got a little bit of boogies.
oh,
Yeah. Dallas Cowboys. Speaking of boogers,
meh.
toss up between no thank you and meh. It's not the worst decision. Fantasy parts too. So yeah, I'll go with meh as well. Colts, no thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank
It's a
you.
quick one. And can we just do the Texans next too?
Oh
Because
yeah.
they're gonna be a no thank you for me as
Oh,
well.
without a doubt. Yeah, let me clip them really quick, and they're right next to it. Honestly, let me just keep it together. The Houston Texans and the Titans, are they both no thank yous?
Yeah, I'll say Titans or maybe Titans are a no thank you
I
too.
know. I it's hard to say that. I know you got Derrick Henry, and even if you don't have him, it's still interesting to see at the very least. But man, it's going to be brutal. I'd rather just watch the box score of him running people over and getting touchdowns instead of watching the entire team the entire time. So that's a double trouble added to the no thank you department. We got about 1, 2, 3,
Six
4.
more?
Yeah, 6 more squads right now. We can hit the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm
Interested.
I'm interested. I can't sit here and say most excited. They don't play the most exciting brand of football. It's going to be pounded in your face. But again, fantasy, a lot of things right there for sure. Jalen Hurts, if you got him on your squad, just overall, that's going to be a lot of interesting names there. San Francisco 49ers.
Definitely interested. I don't know if I'm most excited for them, but I'm interested.
I'm going to go with most excited because I want to see how this QB pans out. We got a lot of people talent wise to watch and an interesting season for sure. Is it a layup for them to win the division, or are they going to have competition from the Seattle Seahawks? All of which we will find out in a couple of days. Jacksonville Jaguars. How are we
Most
feeling?
excited.
Most excited. A-dub, A-dub.
A-dub, Tony
No.
Khan, baby. Come
Yeah,
on.
no, but for seriousness, there's again tons of talent on that team. Is it too many mouths to feed? We'll figure that out as well. But not going to be not going to be most excited for their division matchups, but definitely for the big ones that we mentioned before. I think they get the Bengals, they get other squads like the Seahawks, they get other real test it, prove it games out there for the Jaguars this year. Final 3, Carolina Panthers. Oh, I dropped it on the
Meh.
bed. You got them in meh? Yeah, I think
Or
so.
actually, no, thank you. I don't know. I'm debating between those two.
I got them in meh right now for the sake of just seeing if Young was a
Yeah,
bad
that's what
decision
I
to
was
give up for the
thinking.
Bears, or if he pans out. We'll see either which way. Final 2, Buffalo Bills.
Most
Buffalo Bills.
excited.
You got them in most excited. It's a toss up. Very, of course, interested in most excited. I'll add to the most excited realm because, again, huge prove it. Like we mentioned in their preview, but in their divisional preview before, do they break through the ceiling and get there, get to the Super Bowl, or are they just going to get beat up by the Chiefs once more? Let's see. Finally, Broncos, Denver Broncos. How are we feeling on the Broncos?
Most excited. Let's
Most
ride.
excited. Let's ride.
I want to see if Sean Payton does. I want to see if Russell Wilson can bounce back. Come on. Let's
Similar
ride. I've
feeling.
got some family from Denver. Come
There you
on.
go. Similar feeling, but I'm gonna keep it 1 2 year short at interested, just for the sake of the wide receiver room is running thin now. So there you go. I guess I'll just leave it at that. If you can see, I'll maybe pull it in a little bit closer. You can see I taped it up nice and neat. Most excited up top, the Bears, the Steelers, the Chiefs, the Niners, the Bills, the Jags, the Jets, the Bengals, and the Chargers for myself. For the interested, did I put the Commanders in interested? Yes, I did. I don't know what I was talking about 2 minutes ago. Commanders are interested. The Broncos, the Lions, the Dolphins, the Falcons, the Packers, the Eagles, the Ravens, and the Seahawks. In my meh, I have the Cowboys, the Browns, the Saints, the Panthers, the Bucks, and the Vikings. Finally, no thank you. Colts, Rams, Raiders, Cardinals, Patriots, the Texans, and the Titans. And there's no more helmets, so I can only assume that there's no more teams for us to tier. I think you can share yours if you want to make sure you can do that really quick. You can do that.
Yeah. Can
If you
you
want to
see
show there
this?
you go.
There
Yeah,
it
there you go.
is.
Popped up.
Right
There's your
there.
tier list. Got it obviously way more organized than I do. Not exactly the same, a little bit of flip flop. But this, of course, is Mike's little tier list. Oh, tiermaker.com. That's easy. That's easy enough. That's pretty cool.
It's very cool.
Oh yeah, definitely awesome. No free ads, but that was actually pretty cool. Either way, we can wrap this bad boy up with, I think this will be our last little segment on the day. Like I said, we hit the wrestling already. Yeah, for the sake of time, we can kind of breeze over our individual picks and awards. Full disclosure, kind of really didn't get to that, didn't have enough time, and for the sake of don't have enough time right now. Uh, I'll just only point out defensive player of the year. If you got any off the top of your dome you want to share, I'm gonna roll with TJ Watt. He's the third favorite, but at plus 850, why not? I got tons of reasons, but I like TJ Watt to take defensive player of the year. Just any individual awards off the top of your dome you feel like you can crown, you want to give out right now?
Aiden Hutchinson.
Ooh, Aiden Hutchinson for Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know the odds off the top of my head on that one, but that would actually be a pretty good one. He wasn't in the top 3, so that's pretty good. Between Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, and T.J. Watt, Nick Bosa was 4th. That wouldn't also be another bad option. So yeah. Also, hopefully you saw it. There was that little Aaron Rodgers little thing. Like, I don't know, in that Hard Knocks thing. Just I don't know who you are. I don't know if you caught
Yeah.
my thing on Friday. I'm all for disrespecting Aaron Rodgers, but you can come back with literally anything besides I don't know you. Everyone knows Aaron Rodgers. You can play stupid, but you know who Aaron Rodgers is. So I just thoughts on that really quick, maybe.
Yeah, I thought that was funny because how can you rebuttal with that?
Yeah.
I don't know who you are either. What do you
I gave
mean?
him the line that's uncomebackable with however he said it. He butchered it as well. So yeah, I just thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, I
Uh
love Rodgers.
oh, I know you do. I know you do. Let's see. I can quickly breeze through the AFC North. If you would like to stick along with me, more than welcome to. Again, I know you got your draft starting up, but shouldn't be too long. I won't linger on too long with these. First couple rounds, you kind of know what's going on, right? Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I don't want to be too distracted with the draft in this, but
No. You won't be at all. I won't. Like I said, I'll keep it tight. Chime in when you want to chime in, and then and then whatever. Like I said, we're wrapping it up with the AFC North today. A little bit out of order, but it's crazy. It's crazy. You adapt. And like I said, when it's football, we're just going to be hone in on football, slide in a little wrestling when we can, but football, football, football. And like I said, check it on the Friday shows is basically going to be me recapping the Thursday night game and a hardcore preview. If you want to get into the betting section side of things, I'm going to be previewing every single game, every single over under, every single spread. Not going to be deciding everything, but you will at least be acknowledging them, and you can bet responsibly, of course. When you're there, 21 and over, be in Illinois, bet Rivers, bit.ly/no sub bets. There you go. We'll get to that. Bengals, Browns, Steelers, Ravens in the AFC North preview right here. I got the questions on the year for at least on my side of things. Bengals, can they stay healthy enough? Burrow, at least on Burrow's side, and can they keep their hands clean enough? AKA, can Mixon do that? Can they do that long enough to make a splash in the playoffs? Possibly even make it into the Super Bowl. That was my big question on the year for them. Tons and tons of potential with this big tier list that we went through. I'm most excited for them for a big reason. A lot of talent on the team and could make this big step through. Can it be potentially the Bengals and the Bills in the AFC Championship and knock out Big Brother and the Kansas City Chiefs? Who knows? That's a big what if. Especially, like I said, everyone's got to stay healthy. Browns side of things. With a full season of Watson, but no Hunt, what can the Browns do? Will they overachieve, meet expectations, or just completely bottom out? I think they're one in the over under on wins. They're one less than both the Bengals and the Ravens. So essentially thought to be third in this division, potentially a wild card spot. Are they making a wild card spot? Or are they just falling right underneath? I don't know. We'll see how that comes. I think there'll be a better connection with Watson all season long. We'll see how that comes as well. Steelers, will Kenny Pickett improve from last year? there's the potential for a stronger connection between him, George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, and now adding Allen Robinson. How many games will
He's
the
on the
defense?
Steelers now?
Yeah, Allen
Oh,
Robinson is
I didn't even
officially on
know
the
that.
Steelers. Yeah, yeah. I was looking up their depth chart earlier today. I was like, holy cannoli. Yeah. How many games will their defense win for them, or at least just keep them in? I think their defense is going to be one of the top tier. That's why I drafted them in our league. Full disclosure.
Mike
Finally, in the
Tomlin
Ravens
doesn't
side,
disappoint.
yeah, at least going to get a 500 season out of the guy. Ravens side of things, Lamar Jackson, this receiving core, this running back room, this defense. Is it finally time for a serious playoff run? I feel like the last time we saw Jackson didn't seem in the best light. It basically hurt all year. Gets his extension. Is that going to be good enough? Is this wide receiver help going to be good enough? Odell Beckham Jr. Will we finally get
Zay
a serious
Flowers.
Ravens? What's up?
Zay Flowers,
Yeah, Zay
Odell.
Flowers, a huge addition, very highly sought after rookie. That's going to be the big question. Are we going to get big? Besides just having a good regular season, playoff run, serious playoff run. I feel like we haven't got a serious playoff run out of Lamar Jackson and the boys. Did you have any comments, thoughts, concerns on those questions?
No, yeah, I think I'm definitely interested to see how. I mean, yeah, I had the Ravens and interested. They've got what they were missing in wide receivers. They had no wide receivers last year, and now you had guys like Odell and a young guy like Zay Flowers. It's going to make a difference on that team. And Lamar still got Mark Andrews and J.K. Dobbins coming back from injury as well. So it will be very, very intriguing to see how they do.
I mean, yeah, I'm looking at it. I had Steelers and Bengals and most excited. I think I have the Ravens and interested if that didn't fall. Yeah, it's there. And then I only have the Browns as low as meh, only because I don't have anybody on a fantasy team. Otherwise, this would have been a pretty solid division just overall in general. It's up in the air, definitely. Notable games on the schedule, at least according to myself, and you can of course you can attest to these. Again, you could kind of argue any one of these divisional games based on, maybe playoff contention / fantasy implications, of course. For the Bengals, week 6 against the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are in Cincinnati. Week 8, Bengals at Niners. Week 9, Bills at Bengals, Sunday Night Football. Week 13, Bengals at Jags, Monday Night Football. Week 17, Bengals and Chiefs. Bengals at Chiefs, excuse me. Maybe you might get onto a theme here when I bring up again the Niners and at the Browns. You get Nick Chubb versus McCaffrey, a little Amari Cooper versus Deebo Samuel type action on the fantasy section. Week 12, Browns at Broncos. I feel like that can be just, I don't know. I got a feeling that could be either the really, really low scoring or really, really high scoring. I don't know how it's going to be. Thursday Night Football, week 17 for those Browns, though. They got the Jets coming into town, so that ought to be fine and dandy. Week 1, again, the Niners getting mentioned again. Niners at Steelers in week 1. I even mentioned that again when we talked about the NFC West. Week 7, Lions at Ravens. Week 12, Ravens at Chargers, Sunday Night Football. And then again, another week 17 matchup to pay attention to. Dolphins at Ravens. I feel like that's going to be pretty high scoring, similar to what it was last year or the year before. Any games that stick out to you from there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed them. I was looking at this draft.
You're more than okay. If I'll ask you if you got nothing, because like I said, you're in draft mode. Like I said, there's priorities. I am more than understanding of that.
Yeah, I just did not want to lie and be like, yeah, I did not.
I appreciate the honesty. I'd rather you have that than you just be like, oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers is cool. Fucking yeah. Like I said, that's fine. I listed it out. You can play it back.
Thank you,
Bengals on
man.
the ad drops. Big ones this year for these squads were for the Bengals, adding Orlando Brown Jr. from the Chiefs, losing Samaje Perine as well as Jesse Bates on the defensive side. For the Browns, they lost Jadeveon Clowney as well as Kareem Hunt. You'll hear Jadeveon Clowney's name in just a few seconds. And then we'll get, again, maybe the big addition might be a full year out of Watson. We'll see. Maybe you can count that as an addition. Steelers adding Keanu Neal as well onto the defensive side, as well as Allen Robinson. So I don't know. The Mitch to Allen Robinson connection once again lives. Who knows? And then finally on the Ravens side of things, a 5-year extension for Roquan Smith happened a couple months back now, but still worth mentioning. Adding Odell, adding Nelson Aguilar, drafting Zay Flowers, all in the wide receiver department, getting Melvin Gordon, and then he who I told you his name was coming back, Jadeveon Clowney signing with the Ravens. On their releasing side of things, nothing too crazy. DeAndre Houston Carson waived Trey Botts and Kai Caesar as their defensive tackles, wide receiver Dante Demas Jr., a guard Jake Guidon, Kerry Mayfield, and Kelly Sanders, of course. There's probably some more, but nothing too out of the ordinary. Those were those big ad drops and releases, ads and drops. We got the betting side of things brought to you again by Bet Rivers, no sub bets, bit.ly/no sub bets. We'll get you some help over there. MVP odds right here. Joe Burrow at plus 750. He's the second favorite. Lamar Jackson is the seventh favorite at plus 1,500. Deshaun Watson is plus 3,000 at 12. He's the 12th favorite. And finally, Kenny Pickett. Everything else is going to be a donation after that. 16th favorite at plus 5,000. If you want some chalk, I'll go Joe Burrow just so it's not any name that's not Patrick Mahomes. Otherwise, I would maybe if, like I said, that question comes up, if they're going to get a serious playoff run, it would have to be behind the graces of Lamar Jackson. So maybe Lamar Jackson at plus 1,500 if I'm picking just from these names right here. Of course, chime in anytime if you feel like any other names right there, Mikey guy. They got team totals right here. Can give you the thumbs up, the thumbs down on the over unders right here. Bengals over is over at 10.5 is minus 130, under at plus 110. I can only think that off the top of the dome, they got a really tough schedule. But if they're gonna stay completely healthy, take the division like spoiler, but I think they might take the division. The Vegas already has that predicted as well. But if I think they're gonna get in any sort of Super Bowl contention, playoff
I have a
contention.
fantasy question.
Oh, sure.
I have Eckler and Jalen Hurts. Should I pick Etienne Jr., T. Higgins, Calvin Ridley, or Cooper Kupp?
That was I'm sorry. You said Calvin Ridley, T. Higgins.
I gotta pick someone. Oh shit.
What was the running back name you said? Etienne? I like Etienne.
Oh my god. Oh.
I'm sorry. Who'd you roll with?
I got Etienne, but I don't have a receiver.
Okay. You can still get something decent in the fourth. I'm sorry. I don't think you'll be okay.
It's fine.
You'll be okay. I think those guys will still be. A couple of those names still be around. What was I? Bengals over under 10.5. I'm gonna take the over at minus 130. Chalky, sure, but like I said, if I think they're gonna get in the Super Bowl contention, they're gonna have to hit the over. Browns at 9.5. Over is plus 115. Under minus 135. I'm not really feeling it, and if I am, it's too close for comfort. I would go with the under. Wild card at best. That might be good enough to get them in there, but not for Scherzen being in the AFC side of things. Just I don't know. I don't think it's exactly there, and I don't think they're going to be at the top of this division. So under 9.5, but it could be really close. I wouldn't put my money exactly on it. Too close. Steelers over under 8.5. Call me crazy. I think they can be in there, slide in there, and potentially be that wild card spot. So I'll take the over at 8.5. It's minus 145. Not getting any big money out of it, but it's good. But Ravens side of things, you can get a little plus money if you're thinking plus 10.5 wins. Again, don't have the schedule in front of me. I can only assume pretty tough, but if they're going to give the serious playoff run, it's going to have to be at least 11 wins, maybe even 12 to win this division. It's going to be really tough. Again, between the Bengals and the Ravens, it's going to be a dogfight. And that's how the division winners kind of reflect that as well. Plus 140 for the Bengals, Ravens plus 235, Browns plus 400, and the Steelers are plus 500 to win the division. I would roll it. The smart brain tells me to go with the Bengals plus 140. maybe sprinkle a little bit on the Ravens, and then the real risk it for the biscuit, I'll take the Steelers at plus 500 just to try something, but not too crazy, not out there completely. Wish I had props enough on there. I didn't prepare as many as I usually do. Just to think of it, don't have the number in front of me. I'll take the over on Jamar Chase's yards, his touchdowns, whatever it may be. He's gonna have a solid year. TJ Watt to win Defensive Player of the Year at plus 850. There you go at third. Ravens side of things, maybe I can only assume their division wins is probably going to be over under 3.5 or 4.5. So if it's 3.5, I'll take the over 3.5 division wins. If it's at 4.5, I'll take the under. Like I said, I didn't take that right there, and I don't have the odds. And then just for this for the Browns, again, I can only assume it'll probably be division wins at 2.5 or 3.5. I would take over at 2.5. Maybe it can sneak one against every single one. Maybe go 3-3. But that's about it. I don't see them winning any more than 3. That was basically the preview, a condensed preview of the AFC North. Just for the sake of like I said, just want to keep it close. Mike's got his draft. We're doing
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm sorry.
No, dude. Like I said, it's fine. I didn't want to sit here and harp, but like I already said off camera, when we go long, it takes me long to edit these, and it's not as fun. So, if so facto, keep it light, keep it touch, and that was basically that was legitimately it. Unless you wanted to double down, talk any more wrestling, but we hit that in the beginning. Set our piece on CM Punk, set our piece on All Out and everything in general. Can't wait. If we didn't already say that in general, cannot wait for the start of this NFL season.
Oh yeah.
Head to head right away, Packers and Bears. I mean, what else can we say about our squads, Mike? We Bears. I want the Bears to rip out every one of their throats and stomp on their hearts. And you would probably say that same thing. You want a third Hall of Fame quarterback in a row. Not going to happen, but that's what you want. And I feel for you. I get it. I know where you're coming from. I understand. I don't, but I do. But I want to say that I do. It's going to be tough. It's going to be an awesome game. It's going to be a great week of football. Cannot wait. Any final thoughts, parting ways, final things, decisions?
Nah, it's gonna be a great season. I wish everyone the best of luck in fantasy, man.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, just sticking with we'll probably be doing that exact same type of rundown lead up on the shows. Appetizers are gonna turn into the fantasy previews on the week. We're gonna be breaking down basically everything from the past week. Performances from the Bears, performances from the Packers, our big key games of the week, our big best bets of the week. That's what we're going to be previewing these next upcoming weeks as the football season continues. This is going to be so exciting. I cannot wait. Thank you as always for Troy for watching. Thank you as always for Alan for taking your notes. Thank you as always for everybody. If you're just stumbling upon us, if you've already been subscribed, you've been at day one, we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. Share us around, do what you can. If not, just either way, like and appreciate it either which way. Hit the like button, subscribe. It's free. You do what you can. Check us out. Check me out on the live show, twitch.sportstown, twitch.tv/sportstownshy, doing the same little phrase that I always do it in to get it right. Either way, enjoy the rest of your fantasy draft, Mike. Enjoy anybody else that's going on in fantasy drafts going on the rest of this week. Sit her in, strap her down. Can't wait for some great football the rest of the week. Enjoy it. We'll take care. We'll see you next week. Peace.